And this is Pinay Abroad. Hello everyone, my name is Cheryl, and this is Pinay Abroad. So today we're discussing Filipino weddings. Um, I'll be attending my big brother's wedding soon, and I thought it would be a good topic to discuss so you would know how weddings go in the Philippines. Now, I'm attending a very Catholic wedding, and depending on what kind of religious celebration, or I don't know if you're just attending what they call a West wedding, which is basically just presided over by a government official, a judge, or a mayor. Um, the ones that are headed by religious heads, like let's just say a priest for a Catholic wedding or a minister. Of course, the ritual or the procedure goes a little differently than the other, but I'll just give you a good gist and try to keep it under 5 minutes. I'll fail. I know. I'm sorry. But this might be a good tip for you just in case you're getting married in the Philippines or attending one. Yeah. Anyway, number one, who pays for the wedding? Now, as far as I have experienced, most couples pay it pay it out of pocket. And I don't think this is a good idea. Some people borrow money for it. But most of the time, it's, the modern couple nowadays, both parties contribute. Sometimes the parents help, or, sometimes they don't, or they just fought for it themselves. But yeah, usually it's mutual. But in a traditional sense in the Philippines, it's the man who should be paying for the wedding. So you don't have to do this. It depends on what you and your partner have, talked about. But traditionally, it's the man who fronts the money for the wedding. Which is different when I got here in the US. Because traditionally, here in the US, it's the girl's family that fronts money for the wedding. So, if you are a Filipina or a Filipino getting married to an American person, it depends. Like I said, it's still your wedding. You can do whatever you please, but I'm just saying this from what I know and what traditionally goes and what does not, what the modern people do. So, yeah. Anyway, so here in the US, it's the girl's family who fronts for it. In the Philippines, it's the men's family who fronts for it, because in the old days, it's like a sign of how well you can take care of the girl and your future family, in a sense, I guess. So, number two, ceremonies. Like most countries, I guess, presiding officers or marriage, marriage can be presided by a priest. In my case, I had a Catholic wedding, so we had the traditional. You should have a ring, the cord, the veil, I think it's 15 or 13 pieces of coin, which is they call the aras, during the Catholic ceremony. Like I said, just do your research. It depends on what kind of religious ceremony you will do, but yes, and traditionally, girls wear white. Some people, it's your wedding, you can do whatever you want. Don't wear white and opt for a themed wedding and all that. So no biggie. In the modern times, not really. It's not really a big thing. Now, number 3. So let's just say you've gathered all your all that's needed for the ceremony, and you figured out the money of how this will go. Number 3 is the pre-wedding traditions. One of the I observed that this is also observed here in the U.S. It's called pamamanhikan in Filipino, or the pre-wedding dinner. So this is basically here in the US, it's basically all the families having dinner before the wedding. Pamamanhikan number 3 for Filipinos is basically formally asking the girl's hand from both families meet, and basically the guy will formally ask for the girl's hand with the presence of their family members, if that makes sense. So basically, this is when the groom-to-be will be asking the girl's hand from the family, her family, with the presence of his family, and this is basically when it goes down to they discuss what happens to the wedding, blah blah blah, and plans it out. And of course, unless someone is fronting the money besides the couple, it's your choice. It's your wedding. So people might give you suggestion. Your family might come in strongly who to invite, or how to go about it, or what to do during it. So you might want to step in and be, strong about it, and stand up for yourself. And yeah, just a suggestion. So that's number 3. After you figured out what to, traditional. Basically, this happens way before the wedding because, like I said, this is when the planning goes into. So, number 4. The thing is, in the Philippines, it's very hot. Though, of course, you can opt for a ceremony done somewhere cooler, like Tagaytay or Baguio, or a really nice garden somewhere. So, I know I've discussed weddings before, in a video before, so I'm just rehashing this. It's going to be really hot in the Philippines, and usually by June, if you're a June bride. In September, which is what my brother's case is, you just pray for good weather because it's basically rainy season. The start of the onslaught of the rainy season. It starts about August and June, about June, July, August. June is not that bad, but when it comes to August, September, yeah, that's when, and October, that's usually when the bigger onslaught of typhoons happen. So, pray for good weather. And, yeah. Oh, I just want to show you something. I'll be back real quick. So, I'm back, and this is not a required thing, but if you're going for a more formal wedding, not many people wear suits because it's hot and humid in the Philippines. So, I've seen couples do suits and all that, so, to each their own, but if you happen to attend a wedding where that basically require, it's pre-hand negotiations or pre-hand arrangements that the men should wear barong Tagalog. At least I got a sample here of what it looks like. Basically, I think this is a pineapple fiber. So from a pineapple plant, they take out the fibers from that, and it has really thin fibers and they make it into a barong Tagalog, or this traditional male outfit. It's very, very thin. You usually wear like some sort of tank top or plain white shirt underneath. And it is a very elegant shirt because it usually comes with the embroidery around the buttons, the button line, or around the chest line. It comes with a collar, and sometimes it's Chinese collar. Traditionally, it's usually long sleeves for very formal occasions, but I did see some of these that goes like a short sleeve. Like I said, the material is very thin and very sheer. And the embroidery in this one is somewhat, see-through kind of lace. So yeah, if you happen to have will attend a wedding that requires a barong Tagalog, this is what it looks like. And don't be afraid, it's really cool to wear, because of the material. So yeah, in my case, or in my brother's case, they opted that men wear barong Tagalog, so that's gonna be my hobbies. They usually cost, it depends on where you buy, in all honesty, and yeah, it usually costs about 100 or so. I'm sure you can find it online, and good luck. In my case, my hobbies barong I bought from eBay secondhand, and these things, they rarely get worn. It's like a suit, a really good suit that you wear for super formal occasions and super, special occasions. So it usually doesn't get worn about, maybe a handful of times usually. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's more than 5 minutes long. Hopefully it's interesting enough for you to get information from, because that's what my purpose is, to give you information, and hopefully it helps you when you go through a Filipino wedding. If you have questions, suggestions, or clarifications, or let me know what your experiences are in Filipino weddings, because usually it's a good fiesta at the reception. Food is usually always good. So, and of course, there's always the lechon, and yeah. If you don't know what lechon is, it's like a big whole roasted pig. It's like the traditional, any occasion, masterpiece meal dish, if you can afford it, at a wedding. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, guys. I hope you had, this was informational, like I said, and let me know your experiences down below in the comment box. I guess I'm just rambling on. So, thank you very much for listening, and bye-bye.